It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hello, it's showtime. Thank you for watching. Yes, the weekend is here. The calendar says Friday, but I like to say Friday. Yay! It is Friday edition of the Geno Show. So we have 15 days until Christmas. Are you ready? Are you ready? And this is day 19 of the Christmas Blackout. The Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern here on the East Coast, here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central. If you're in Chicago, maybe you're in Houston or Memphis, St. Louis. My friends, shout out to my friends up in Milwaukee watching. I know they're watching my man Harrison D. Kern and Walt Love there. 3:30 p.m. if you're out on the West Coast with my firstborn, Lauren, a.k.a. Boogie Hill Vaughn, my son-in-law, Jonathan, Brooklyn the Bulldog. And shout out to my people out in Los Angeles. No, not LeBron and AD. Oh, man. Don't get me started on that. We got on that last night. So if you're out in Los Angeles, shout out to my man Andre Russell at KJLH Radio Free 102.3, and my man Ken Wilson. He is like the man in the radio records and the music business. So shout out to my people out there on the West Coast, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I call my weekend review show. We kind of recap the week, and joining me shortly, my Friday co-host in crime as we make the Friday show, the Friday Funny Show. Get our funny on a Friday. Miss Keela Carson is going to be joining me shortly. If you would like to be a sponsor, if you'd like to advertise on the Geno Jones Show, I'd love to have you. I'd be honored. And if you're looking for the ultimate pitch man or brand ambassador to help you build your brand, your business, to help you move, to help you generate sales and revenue and move your products and move your goods, your services, I'm the king of pitchmen. Leave me a message right here, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. It's also my Instagram handle, Geno Jones, Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell it, Gmail or Geno Jones Show. You can just DM me on my Instagram account or leave me a message right here on my YouTube account. All right, so now in case you're wondering, like I said earlier, today is day 19 of the Christmas Blackout. The goal of the Christmas Blackout is to protect and support the Voting Rights Act, to get the Congress, House of Representatives, they've already passed it, to get the Senate to pass it, even though we got grumpy and goofy Senators Manchin and Sinema, still a problem, but we got to get around that somehow. President Biden, you got to sign one of these. I say both bills. The John Lewis Voting Rights Act or the Freedom to Vote Act to protect our right to vote. So the goal is to put pressure, not so much, to put pressure on the politicians, but kind of do it asymmetrically. That means not necessarily directly. Put pressure on the companies and the CEOs that have given billions of dollars to all of these major companies. And what if all those major companies, your Fortune 500 companies and CEOs, they have donated billions of dollars to political campaigns and to politicians who are actively attempting to take away our right to vote. They are serious. They're trying to take away our right to vote. They're trying to nullify our vote. They're trying to make it where basically take us all the way back to like the Jim Crow era in the 20s and 30s. As in the 1920s and 30s, like 100 years back. We're just not gonna do that. So, we tried and talked to, there's still some politicians, they don't get it. And we can't appeal to their sense of humanity, compassion, empathy, just a sense of fairness. So if I can't appeal to your morality, your humanity, your empathy, or your compassion, I can get your attention. I can start digging in your pockets. And how do we do that? When you dig in the pockets of these companies and CEOs that are giving these politicians a lot of money, then all of a sudden these companies and CEOs will say, hey, wait a minute. What's wrong? Why aren't you Negroes spending money? Oh, we're spending money, but we are buying black only, buying from black-owned businesses. Now, if you want some of this money again, all right, well then you've got to do something. All right, we got to make sure that we protect our right to vote. So, as a matter of fact, we are promoting black-owned businesses. We do it all the time, but especially as part of the Christmas Blackout. You got 14 shopping days. Keela Carson's going to come on, and she always on Fridays, she features some black-owned businesses and products, goods, and services that will make wonderful Christmas gifts. Now, all right, let's roll this monologue. Week in review. Shout out to Simone Biles, the GOAT when it comes to women's gymnasts, the greatest woman gymnast of all time, the GOAT on the Olympics, 4-time Olympic gold medalist. She is just incredible. And she was named the Athlete of the Year. Not the woman Athlete of the Year, not the female Athlete of the Year. She was named the Athlete of the Year by Time Magazine. So shout out to my sister, Simone Biles. Now, big fan of Common, the rapper, the actor, my dude, repping Lonnie Lynn Jr., repping the South Side of Chicago, doing his thing. So, you know, Common and comedian Tiffany Haddish, they've been booed up. Like the song by like LMA, booed up for a while. Well, I guess they're booed in a different kind of way. Because I guess they said boo, boo to each other like they're not booed up anymore. Unfortunately, they had broken up. I thought they made such a cute couple. So Common said, look, you know, he loves her and they had a great relationship, but they couldn't feed into, I'm paraphrasing, they couldn't feed into the relationship properly because they have very busy careers. And after COVID, they both got really busy acting, and Tiffany's, you know, doing her thing, movies too, and doing her stand-up. So he said they had to break up. I hate that, who knows? Speaking of breakups, if you are a fan of ESPN, shout out to my man Jalen Rose, repping Southwest Detroit City. Keela Carson got me straight on there. She said, I ain't the West Side, Southwest Detroit. Southwestern High School. My man was, you know, was a baller in high school, one of the legendary members of the Fab Five University of Michigan basketball team way back in the early 90s, you know, with the black socks and the baggy shorts. And my man Chris Webber and Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard from the South Side of Chicago, repping Chicago Vocational CVS High School. And then you have Ray Jackson and Jimmy King, I believe, brothers from Texas, and they had they formed the Fab Five, and just legendary college basketball team. So Jalen Rose and his wife, a woman named Molly Kiram Rose, she's the host of First Take along with Stephen. She's on there with Stephen A. Smith. So they are getting a divorce. As a matter of fact, Jalen Rose filed for divorce. Wow, really? I mean, I love Jalen, but when I heard that Jalen married Molly Kiram, I was like, wow, boy, Jalen really outkicked his coverage, didn't he? Boy, he traded all the way up. So, but you never know. So, and finally, before I bring Miss Keela Carson on, I got some birthdays I'm gonna do too. Jussie, in case you hadn't, because there's been a lot of talk about the actor Jussie Smollett, who was on, he was one of the stars of the TV show Empire. I was a huge fan of Empire, basically until it went off. So he was one of the brothers, one of the sons of Terrence Howard's character, Lucius, Mr. Lucius there, Lucius Lyons, the Lions. So Jussie Smollett was found guilty of basically lying to police about a hate crime. So he could get up to 3 years in jail. Since he's a first-time offender, most legal experts that I've talked to, you heard from, they say he'll probably get probation. But then again, you know, he's a black man, so, you know, you never know. Listen, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. Look, I'm just not that bent out of shape. Because there's still something fishy about this. Because these two brothers that he supposedly, according to the jury, paid. So there was a $3,500 payoff. He did get these dudes $3,500. But I just think there's some untold parts of this story. Because this relationship, this triangle, I just think that, and from the jump, I'm like, okay, people think, yeah, he said, Jesse, you made this up, but these two brothers, I'm telling y'all, trust me, you can mark my word when I say it. The full truth hasn't come out because I think there's some kind of, I don't know, love triangle, something is going on. I think it came out in the trial that Jussie and one of these brothers, they used to be lovers, and it's just Keith Sweat made a song, something just ain't right. And even though you got a verdict, something still just ain't right. So for today, that's all I got to say on that. Happy birthday, speaking of today, Evelyn Lozada. Who's Evelyn Lozada? She is one of the basketball wives. She was married, speaking of basketball, to a former NBA baller repping Chicago, Antoine Walker. And then she hooked up with Chad Ochocinco, formerly Chad Johnson, who was a star in the NFL, star receiver. His best years was when he played for the Cincinnati Bengals. Evelyn Lozada is 46 today. Tiana Taylor, recording artist, actor, dancer. She was a choreographer for one of Beyonce's videos, and her husband, Iman Shumpert, former NBA baller, played with LeBron, got a championship when he played in Cleveland, who was the winner of Dancing with the Stars. So Tiana Taylor is 31 today. Also today, Lil Olivia from The Cosby Show. Yes, Raven Simone is 36 today. Saturday, tomorrow, my girl Monique repping B-More, repping Baltimore. Monique will be 54 tomorrow. Rapper Mos Def is going to be 48 tomorrow. DJ, producer, rapper, DJ Yella. His name, DJ Yella, NWA. He was the lightest dude of all of them. That's why they called him Yella. DJ Yella will be 54 tomorrow. And Jermaine Jackson. I don't want to. Look, I'm a stand-up. So I can't pass on the joke. Jermaine Jackson, fried, dyed, and pasted to the side. Jermaine, I love you, bro. I love you. But listen, I got the barber for you, all right? My man, Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Holla at him, all right? Holla at me, holla at him. He'll get you. Jermaine is going to be 67, and it looked like that hairstyle is 67 years old, too. But I digress. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, she's cracking up. We're going to bring her on camera. All right, we do this thing every Friday. Media personality, media star, educator, professor, social justice and economic justice warrior. She's just a bad, bad black woman. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you on the show. You see her on the screen right there. It says Need Bags. The one and only, the one and only Keela Carson. What you laughing about, Key?
You know I'm laughing about Jermaine Jackson.
Fried, dyed, laid to the side.
Yeah, I don't know what.
What kind of pomade is that, Key? Is that pomade or is that Crisco?
Shoe polish.
Oh yeah, it could be shoe polish. Or is
I don't know what.
Is it some of that Crisco, that lard? Crisco.
It's like, you remember that commercial for the men, the stuff they used to spray on the hair to make it look black?
Yeah.
It's terrible. And you wonder, I mean, this is not a family that's broke. Where is the hairstylist?
Well, from time
Jackson's area.
But wait, Keith, now from time to time they did have, because Jermaine at times had some money issues, and Michael bailed him out, and Janet just cut all of them off. Janet's like, look, man, I'm the baby and the girl, and y'all old grown ass men. How can y'all ain't got? Well, first of all, y'all stop.
Geno, the mama is getting darn near $500,000 a month. He can go to mama and say, Mama,
that ain't a lot.
Can you help me with this hair?
That's not a lot of. If that's all Miss Jackson is getting, as much as she went through, she
has already got
$500,000 an hour, as far as I'm concerned.
Geno, she got money in the bank, the estate. Jermaine can get some money from somebody in that family to get some hair.
He been getting money. They've been getting money. That's the whole thing. Why you think Janet cut them off? Poor Janet.
Well, apparently the barber cut him off too.
No, the barber didn't cut him at all. They cut him off. The barber didn't cut him. That's the problem. Holler at Markel, my man. Markel will take care of you, Jermaine. He got you covered, dude.
Well, speaking of other embarrassing situations, Geno, I just want to chime in just for 1 second on Jussie Smollett, right? I think if he does get some time, it will be because he testified on his own behalf. When you take that stand and you open up your mouth and put your foot in it, because then everything that you say and do can be used against you. And so at that point, when you sit on the stand and then the jury finds you guilty, then you surmise that you have committed perjury.
Yeah.
So if he gets some time, even though, like you said, this is really a nothing burger for the most part. Nobody was really hurt except for his reputation.
They should have, listen, I know I said, and I'm not, but listen, I'm from Chicago, all right? And I remember when Kim Foxx, she was the Cook County District Attorney, and she initially wasn't going to deal with it, and then, because he was friends with Michelle Obama, and everybody tried to make a big deal out of that. You know, it's always when we do, and listen, and I don't want to hear people, look, I don't want to hear it, or you can at me or whatever. I don't care. This is my show, so I get to give my opinion. So I don't give a damn what you all got to say. But I don't want to hear these folks, boy, this whataboutism, and you know, we's black folks here. I get that, and he gets that, but stop. This, like Keela said, this was a nothing burger. The only reason, Key, this went to trial, because the Chicago police felt they were embarrassed. Man, do you really?
Well, and Geno, to their defense, they said they spent quite a bit of money on investigating this. So, but again, with that, all they got to do is say, Jussie, we need a cut of that Empire check.
Okay, and you know what? And they did. They got some of that money back. They did get, I think it was like $600,000. But since you went there, Key, I'm glad you went there. Since the police said, well, you know, we spent a lot of money and resources. You know what? I don't even have the number, but I'll just let you, Key, and anyone watching me guess, especially anybody in Chicago. I know I got a lot of folks, including my mom, watching me in Chicago. I wonder how many unsolved murders in the hood are on the books today, like right now. Now, what did y'all do with that $600,000? How much of that money is really, really being used to really get to the root of some of this gun violence on the streets? Now, that's a whole different rabbit hole, but Key, you're in Detroit, so you live in a big city. You know, people are always talking about, you know, this, because ironically, let me just say this for the record, and I was shocked I had to do like a double take. So FBI statistics, and they were talking about the most violent cities in America. Chicago wasn't even in the top 50. And I was like, huh? Cities that you wouldn't even think, small cities, in Wisconsin, not even your big cities, and they base it on murders per like 100,000 per capita. Yeah. And for people who don't know what that means, per capita means like, you know, for every 100,000 people, you may have 10 murders or 5 or whatever. So, but it just like you said, Key, all this was just a waste of time and that taxpayers' money. Really, that's all it was. This was just ego and saving face, and y'all wasted. Use that energy and that money. If y'all really want to do something, to use that energy and money and take or generate and create more resources and support. You got these violence interrupters on the south and west side. If y'all really serious, you know, and maybe get at the root of some of these issues. A lot of it is mental health. A lot of it is a lack of opportunity. Yeah, they're just some folks, and they ass need to be in jail. All right, because it's only really a handful of people that's really, really in any city. It's only a handful of people. And Key, they know who the handful of people is. Stop playing with them. Lock their ass up. Right. Don't let them out. And then go in and support these families, protect these families so they're not afraid to blow in a whistle. And I don't want to hear this, you know, snitches get stitches. No, that's the stupidest, dumbest ish. We got to stop with that. So I'm sorry, Key. It's Friday. Let me dial
and you mentioned mental health. And I think that's where they probably should have started with Jussie, because honestly, when I first heard the story, I was like, And
you too. Yeah, see?
Yeah, everybody was side-eyeing that particular story. You know, middle of the night in an alley, getting Subway at 4:00 in the morning. It's like, okay.
Now, let's say this now, Key. Now, look at the scenario. 2 white dudes with MAGA hats on, basically using the F word, so using a gay slur and the N word.
And hung a noose around his neck, poured bleach on him. This was a bad movie script.
But now that's, for me, Key, that is believable. That ain't.
Well, yeah.
That ain't even possible. That's highly likely.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. The part that I'm gonna tell you what Keela thought.
What threw it for you?
As soon as I heard Jussie was out walking the streets and went through an alley getting Subway, I just stopped right there. And I said, there ain't a black person on this planet that's up at 3 a.m. getting no doggone Subway. Now, we might be getting White Castle, if you in a state where they have White Castle.
Well, Chicago is the home of White Castle now. That's where it's
okay, a fat burger, even a hot dog, but Subway, I was like, man, what's going on with this story?
Well, see, I think he's a California kid. He didn't grow up in Chicago, so.
Okay, I don't know.
The brother from the Chi, like you said, brothers in the Chi ain't going to Subway like that. They going to Harold.
Not at 4 in the morning.
No, as a matter of fact, the only thing that's going to be open at 4 in the morning in Chicago like that is White Castle.
That's
they may find a McDonald's, but we going to White Castle. Black folks are going to White Castles.
And so, as silly as that may seem, for a black person, that's like a red flag. That's like,
Now, if he'd have said he was going to White Castle on 79th and Stony,
right? We would have been like, okay,
but
continue.
Here's the catch: you ain't gonna. Look, now they can talk tough all they want to. You ain't gonna find no white dudes with no MAGA hat with no noose around no black folks on 70th. As a matter of fact, if you find 2 white dudes with a MAGA hat and a noose, they gonna be hanging from the noose on 79th and Stony Island.
Not that we condone.
And no, but I'm just telling you that on 79th and Stony Island, the story would have been reversed. So just understand.
And so, I was like, I'm not. So I think they should have followed their instincts, which they did. Everybody had them. That something deeper is going on here, and get Jussie some help,
right? And
just ended this mess. And if you talk right to a person and you say, Jussie, you okay? You need some, you can
wait. You read my mind.
Bring it down.
Let's act this out. Here's a reenactment right now.
All right.
Boy, great minds think alike. I was just going to say, so Keela Carson is going to play the part of Cook County District Attorney Kim Fox, a black woman. I'm going to be Jussie Smollett. So, Cook County Attorney General Fox just heard me, Jussie, said these MAGA dudes, I was going 4 in the morning because ain't no Subway in Chicago open at 4 in the morning. That's another thing. That's a whole different conversation. Or 1 in the morning. That's a whole different thing. So so Miss Fox has just heard that I've made these accusations. So, and here I am. I'm walking into Kim Fox's office. I just walked into your office. Hello, Attorney General Fox. How you doing?
Hello, Jussie. How are you?
Well, you heard what happened to me, and
I know. And listen, I can't imagine something as horrific as that happening, especially this many years. As we look at Black lives and some of the things that we've gone through, to know that somebody could be lynched in an alley as they are going to get Subway at 4 in the morning. And as a matter of fact, I would like to talk to you about that Subway. Was it Subway that you were going, or was it? I want to be clear on where you were eating that night.
See, what had happened is I really was going to White Castle, but I kind of made the wrong turn and I wound up in Subway.
Okay, so that's possible, Jussie. I do understand that. But Jussie, listen, I'm going to close the door. Just you and me. No, just you and me. Jesse, what really happened? Just tell you talk to Miss Fox, and come on now. That's right, baby. Come on now. Come on.
All right. You got me.
Baby.
You got me. I did want some Harold's fried chicken, but I couldn't. The Harold's wouldn't. I was downtown, down on the Gold Coast. They don't have Harold's chicken.
Okay. You know, and Jesse, who were those guys that were with you? Were they really hurting you, or were they? Did you know those two guys?
Yeah, I knew one of them.
Okay. Was he a friend or a friend?
He was a friend.
Okay.
He was a friend.
Right. And somebody you like, Jesse. That's okay.
Yeah, he was
a boyfriend.
He hurt me, but it was a good pain. He was that kind of, you know.
Okay.
But, yeah, I just, you know.
Jesse, this is what I'm talking about.
It's hard for me to talk. Yes, you understand.
And so y'all got together and like one of the scenes on Empire, y'all made up a little story, right?
Yeah, and I heard that he said that Terrence Howard was fine, and I was kind of got a little jealous about that.
Okay. Now, Jesse, I can understand that. See, that's what I'm talking about. And we can go on and end this.
He said, come in, close the door. Come in.
Right. That's how we talk. Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Right. As a matter of fact, leave your phone out there. No phone in here. Just me and you.
No phone.
Yeah.
No camera. No.
I ain't recording it. Yeah, just me.
Nope. Just you and me talking. You and your boyfriend concocted something. Okay. Now let's get on back to what we doing. We gonna go out there and tell them you need a little rest. You gonna go check yourself into the Cook County, whatever.
Right.
Center.
Right.
You're gonna take a rest.
He's right up the street, Northwestern. You go in there and go ahead and, you know, you need a mental checkup, and
there we go.
Northwestern University, they got a facility, they got a ward for that. You're gonna go in there and just
Right. And I'm gonna come out and talk to the people and tell them Mr. Smollett is going to be taking a break. He's his career, it's stressful. He's having some difficulties, and he's going to be dealing with that in his personal time, and he's going to deal with that matter with his family. Meanwhile, all charges have been dropped. This investigation is over, and everybody go back to doing what you were doing.
And Keila, and she didn't even go to law school and figure that out. Gee, come on, y'all. Jeez. All this extra. Jeez. Extra. My God.
So, well, Geno, speaking of extra, before I go into the Christmas Blackout, you know, I'm not a big fan of the reality shows for women, right? I started out because I thought, oh, this is going to be great. You know, we're getting some screen time, and people can start to see how we communicate and how we sisterhood with each other and kiki with each other and all the positive things that we do, you know, and then it kind of turned into this mess where everybody, and it's not just Black women, by the way, it's women.
Thank you for saying that, because they always focus on like,
right.
Oh, are you setting the Black race? Well, wait a minute, you know, these white women was cussing each other out and pulling their hair out before Basketball Wives and the Real Housewives of Atlanta came on.
Oh, absolutely. The big moment for that kind of behavior would be the Real Housewives of New Jersey, when Teresa Giudice flipped the table over. That became the infamous moment. And from there, it was on and popping. But you know, I have not been a big fan of looking at women in that light. And of course, I would feel some kind of way when it's Black women, because I really don't, you know, we have enough issues as it is. And now this. So I kind of, you know, I peek in every now and again and see what's happening, but I pop out because it's not my thing. So when good television comes on that features African American women and our the way we have our relationships together and the way we communicate and the way we problem solve, I am all in. And so Harlem, baby,
is I've seen like ads in the magazine and on my different websites, and I've been debating. I'm like, and I don't think Ramirez watched it, because usually either Ramirez or Boogie, they will be like, they'll say, hey, this is good, you should watch it, or I'll hear them talk about it. So
well, it's new, and so we got to start supporting, but it's catching on, because I was on social media and especially as we lead into the holidays when people are going to be at home binging shows and whatnot. Let me just say that Harlem, it stars Megan Good, as her character's name is Camille, I believe.
Okay.
And she's a professor at your school, but in New York, Columbia. So, but at Columbia in New York, not Chicago. And it's about her and her three other friends. And they're all Black women. Quinn is another character. That character is played by Grace Byers. You know her as, you mentioned Lucius. Mm-hmm. That would have been his first lady. Well, Cookie is his main lady, right? But
Taraji.
Anika was the one.
Oh, her. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So remember her? Yeah. She plays Quinn in Harlem along with Megan Good. She's a designer. And she comes from a wealthy Jamaican family. Her mom is played by from oh God, A Different World, Jasmine Guy.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So Jasmine plays her Jamaican mother. And then there are two other characters. One is Shaniqua Chandal, and she plays Angie, a singer. Who's trying to get her career going back, back on track. And then there's Jerry Johnson, who plays a lesbian, but she's a tech startup. She opened or started an app for lesbians of color to meet up or hook up, right?
Okay.
So those are the characters, but it is a rich look at, first of all, Harlem as the backdrop. All right. And we all know that Harlem has gone through some changes. A lot of people are not happy because they, throughout gentrification.
Harlem ain't as chocolate as it used to be.
Well, okay, I was being politically correct.
It's more like what, butterscotch?
Well, it's more like ice cream.
Neapolitan.
It's more like vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup. How about that? But, well, it's the truth. But that's gentrification has come in. And the Harlem that people once knew, when you look at the 80s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, it's not the same.
No.
This is not the same Harlem of Alpo and Rich Porter and all the drug dealers that became infamous from that area at the time. This is not that area anymore. Okay,
it's not Frank Lucas's Harlem.
Oh yeah, no.
And Bumpy. It ain't Bumpy Johnson. It ain't Bumpy Johnson's Harlem. Okay,
that's right. That's over. Okay, so these upwardly mobile young Black women, the script follows their story and just their. It's not quite coming of age. They are of age. These women are in their 30s. Okay. But it's about that time of life where, am I going to get married? When am I having kids? What am I? I'm trying to figure myself out. What is my life business-wise? It's about all those steps that women are taking at that stage in their life. How do I move my career? That challenge on the job. How do I get more money? It's those real life things that we go through. And that's why I like it, because these are things that women are going through. We don't, the stuff on these Real House wives of blah blah, sitting around having wine, all day.
Basketball wives and
right. That's not whose life is that. The 10 women that we see on TV. I mean, I would love to have wine all day, but that's just not, we got other stuff to do. And so it's so nice to see that on the screen. So Harlem is definitely one that you can binge watch if you haven't already seen it over the holiday. It is an Amazon Prime show.
Okay.
And then speaking of women, I'm going to another example, but work with me, Geno, because at first you won't understand why I'm talking about this show.
I got you. Well, I'm here.
Sex and the City. Right? Remember that show?
Yeah, I remember.
It was a big HBO show back in the day. And then they did 2 movies. Well, they've done a reboot. And the reboot is called And Just Like That. Right? And if you remember Sex and the City.
And that's what it's called? Just Like That? Really?
And
Just Like That.
Just Like That.
Okay.
So imagine ellipsis at the end of that. And just like that, this happened. And just like that, this is what transpired.
That's clever.
Yes,
that's clever.
Very nice. But Black women struggled with Sex and the City back in the day because there were no Black characters.
Thank you.
Okay, it was just Carrie, who's played by Sarah Jessica Parker, who was the star. There was Kim Cattrall, who played the naughty one, Samantha. You had Cynthia Nixon as Miranda and Christy Davis as Charlotte. Those were the characters. And they had a couple of, a few gay men on there later on. And Mr. Biggs, that was it, right? And so we liked it, but, and I actually didn't watch the show until years later. I binged it, right?
Okay. The Mayor's loved it. She loved it. She was a big fan of it.
The reboot, baby. First 2 episodes are now on HBO Max. And guess who else is on there besides, Kim Cattrall is the only original cast member that is not back.
Oh, okay. Kim Cattrall was the one that had the hotels.
Yeah, she was naughty girl. She was a marketer, That's really what her profession was on the show. Yeah, she was a marketing.
She was a marketer, all right.
Right.
She was marketing, okay.
And PR and all that stuff. But she was a little kinky, a little freaky. But we got somebody else to replace her, and guess who it is?
Who? Because in one of the movies, Jennifer Hudson was in when they finally decided to figure out to put a black woman
she was a friend.
Yeah, she was a friend.
Right, she worked for Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, she still was not on that.
And she gave her a hand-me-down bag. I don't know.
Yeah, they see how they play us. They just still play this like, well, yeah, you can't really be on our level. You can work for me, and here we'll give you a bag. Like,
well, we've come up. We've leveled up.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, remember Nicole Ari Parker?
Oh yeah, my girl. That's
honey.
Dude's wife. Yeah.
She started out.
You know what I'm talking about.
Boris Kodjoe.
Boris Kodjoe.
You said dude.
Yeah. Dude's wife.
Okay. That guy.
You know how we do it in here. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that guy.
Dude's wife.
Well, she plays a character called named Lisa Todd Wexley. And when you got 3 names, honey, you.
Yeah.
You got a little money.
Yeah.
Right. She is beautiful, fabulous, dressed, and she just gives you. She's a mood.
Wow. Okay.
So happy. I mean, and her look is on point.
Really?
So, ladies, get ready. We got a real sister entering the show, and it's starting slow.
Is she,
well,
let me ask. Is she still repping? Is she repping for the culture?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
she's got a husband.
When you got other folks writing for you who don't look like you, the story gets a little
right.
They kind of. Okay, good. All right.
That's not the case.
Well, I would have known because you wouldn't have co-signed for it if she wasn't repping for the culture. So my bad. I should have known that.
Now she got a little money. She got some bags, as my shirt says back. Well, the bags over here. She got the bags, okay? But she's still sister.
Gotcha.
Okay. But the real culture sister, so Ari is, that sister that,
right.
Maybe she's in a sorority and
right.
She went to a great college and her, she's that, right?
They call her she the snobby one in the family.
Right. But there's another sister on there, Karen Pittman, actress. She plays Dr. Nia Wallace. Now she is another college professor, and she is her course, I think, is all about culture.
Okay.
So she's there teaching one of the characters, Miranda, about culture, because Miranda has this woke moment because of the pandemic and Black Lives Matter. And she's like, I am giving up everything and I am going to be woke.
Oh, God. We don't even and
so she goes back to school, and Nia, Professor Wallace is her professor.
And I hope, Keila, that the professor, one of the first things that she tells the character, Miranda, is like, stop. We don't say woke, okay? The folks that saying woke is on some if as a matter of fact, if somebody uses the word woke to you, you need to look at them sideways, because you ain't hear no black folks talking about we woke. We no.
You woke by birthright. You were born woke.
The only time you're gonna hear a black person talk about woke is, I woke up this morning at 7:00. If it's not used like that in a sentence, then it's some shady-ish going on.
Exactly. Yeah, but you're gonna hear that word, unfortunately, but not by you're gonna hear Miranda using it, and the professor kind of correcting her and kind of guiding her through that process.
She should have a ruler, like, teachers back in the day, if you missed it, they take that little ruler and hit you. Just tap that. No, Miranda. No, don't say it again. No, woke.
No.
That little ruler. Pop.
Not doing that. And I also want to give a shout out to a Hispanic Latinx character, or actress, I should say, Ramirez. Okay. So her name is Sarah Ramirez. Now, you may not know her, Geno, if you don't watch Grey's Anatomy. She was one of the doctors on Grey's Anatomy. She was bisexual, actually, on the show.
I know who does.
She then went on to be full lesbian on Madam Secretary. And then now she is so she's kind of found her
niche.
That's the perfect way to describe
it. As
the
queer woman of color. Does she play a queer character in this?
Yes.
Okay.
But what you have to understand about Sarah Ramirez is that this woman is beautiful. She's so beautiful. And even as a butch, she's beautiful.
Like, damn, girl, you look like a fine dude, though. You look like
right.
You look like a fine dude.
Like Prince. How Prince was.
See, I didn't envision no dude, but you see, I thank you, Key. You balance the show out. See,
hey, come on.
See, I just said a fine dude, and Keila said.
Yeah, some people are just like that.
Wait, like Prince without the perm.
Right. Hey, Prince with the perm. Either way. I mean, that's how Sarah is. Sarah is just one of those women that even women go, dang, you kind of pretty.
I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh, and I'm not bragging, but because I should be used to that, because I swear. Yeah. And now she's upstairs. She ain't watching. Thank goodness. She would probably cuss me out, and she don't cuss. But Ramirez, she gets that all the time.
Yes.
Women like, she's so, and women coming. I had to look at them side. They're like, man, Geno, your wife is fine. I'm like, yeah, I know, but you notice too. What you trying to tell me? I swear, Key, I've been getting it all. We've been together for 26 and a half years. I have gotten that all of my life with Ramirez.
Well,
You expect it from dudes. But even when we be together, like, she's so beautiful. Your wife is so fine. I'm like, yeah, I know.
And good for you that you never have been tempted to say, well.
No.
Well, man, some marriages, they're like, hey, join the game.
You got to know your spouse.
There you go.
Man, Asada Damaris would come out that she's a Gemini. I call it the twin. The twin, the twin would have a twin. It would be a whole third person that would come out of Damaris if she could read my mind, and even if I was thinking that around her. When she got through.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask if you ever thought, because that's,
Man, I'm telling you why, because I ain't trying to.
Yeah, but it's just some stuff you just know not to bring up.
As she was leaving my ass, and then she would call my mother and be like, Mom, I can't believe that. I know you ain't raised Jeannie. Like, can you believe what he was trying to? Oh, no.
Damaris would not leave you for that. Now, she might cuss you, but she wouldn't leave you. Not for asking. Now, if she walked in and you were like, hey, but asking.
I'm gonna let you have that conversation with her, because I ain't gonna bring it up, because she'll be looking. Well, why you bring that up? No, see,
Because Geno,
I know my.
Geno, so many men bring that up to their wives in some kind of way. Now they may slide,
All right, here's to drop the mic. I'm gonna set the record straight on that. All right, it's never even come up in a dream. I've had all kind of dreams. It's never even come up in a dream. Okay.
Geno, you lying.
It's never come up in a dream. Not since I've been with Damaris and Damaris involved. No. Now because my mother's watching. I'm not going any further with this, Key, because you about to.
If you see me in Chicago with a microphone talking to your friends, hey, did Geno ever talk to you about
not with Damaris? No, not with Damaris. No. So let's just go ahead.
I'm gonna put you up. I'm gonna put you under hypnosis, and then I'm gonna say, Geno, finish this sentence. Menage.
Not with Damaris. That's what it's gonna be. Now. We're going to stop this conversation right here. All right. Because
I'm not trying to piss off Damaris.
No. We're trying to protect the guilty. Because
absolutely. Absolutely.
I wouldn't always marry, Key. That's all I'm going to say on that. I'm going to put the mic
there we go.
Right
anyway, drop the mic. So I just wanted to mention, and by the way, and just like that. See, that's how that title works. And just like
that. He wasn't always married.
There we go. So that's on HBO Max. And again, Harlem is on Amazon Prime. Now with and just like that, you have to wait for the episodes each week. They've got the first 2 episodes up, but you got to wait till Thursday in order to catch the new episode. For Harlem, the whole season is up. You can binge it straight through. Before we go, let's do a couple of, Christmas blackout things that you can do. I want to mention one of my favorite shea butters. This is Brooklyn. Can you see Brooklyn?
Yeah.
And the bridge there?
I see it. Yeah. I like it.
So Brooklyn butter. This, one thing about shea butter is that it can be texturally difficult to break down, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I like about, I'm going to get a little bit, I don't want to get too much. One of the things I like about Brooklyn butter, so you can see it there on my finger. Look how easy, and then look, just smooth it is.
I can see,
And so for shea butter that you don't want to have to fight with or put in a pan and melt it down before you try to put it on, Brooklyn butter is awesome.
You got to put the shea butter in a sleeper hole. Like,
you gotta, or get a little lighter and light it up and, warm it up in a teaspoon. You don't want to have to do all that. And for as far as Brooklyn butter is concerned, it is a bit pricey. A size like this could hit you, especially because you're going to order it on their website, brooklynbutter.com. This may hit you with shipping about $27.
Oh,
okay.
Not bad at all.
Now, and this is a small size. So what I do is when I use my Brooklyn butter, I use it on my lips to give it moisture during the winter. I use it like that little bit I just took. I rub it on my nail cuticles, keep my nail cuticles smooth. Elbows, you know how we do with these elbows and knees. And then I take my other shea butter that I get from my international store from my Nigerian friends. Then that's what I use on all the rest. You get what I'm saying? I kind of parcel out my Brooklyn butter, right? Okay, so and Brooklyn Butter has other products as well on their website. But again, with shipping, treat your Brooklyn products a little, like special. All right.
So the translation is, if you're heavy-handed, like I'm accused of being by everybody in my family, from my mother especially to my wife and daughter, don't let them use it. Say, no, you can't use my Brooklyn shea butter because you're too heavy-handed and you use it all up. Yeah. Go to the corner, see them Nigerian brothers, go and get that shea butter, and you use that. Right. And stay out of my Brooklyn shea butter.
Geno, you know how we do. You dip your hand in your Vaseline and, you do that. Right. Or with the cheap oil, baby oil. Right. But don't use your Brooklyn butter like that. Because this is expensive.
What's the website?
BrooklynButter.com.
Okay.
Yep. And they do ship. You can order right from them. As far as getting it by Christmas, again, people, if you can't get something by Christmas, still support these companies because, come on, you can wait for some shea butter. You can wait on these items, just support, okay? And then next year, you will already know about these products and you can order early.
Right. And if you're that ashy, just put some spit on it until the Brooklyn butter comes in the mail. or get some Crisco. Put some of that lard on it.
Don't start with that Crisco. Because we do not use Crisco. And I do not want people running because somebody asked me.
We don't use it anymore.
About Crisco.
Most of us.
Okay. Well, all right. Anyway, moving on. Carol's Daughter. Carol's Daughter is a product that some of you may have already heard of. Mm-hmm. Very popular. She is the owner of the company, was endorsed by Oprah years ago and has become a multi-million-dollar brand. Okay. Carol's Daughter has now expanded to so many products that you could be on the website for an hour just trying to figure out, what should I use on my hair? Because Carol's Daughter has everything from hair products, and I mean shampoo, conditioner, oils, and then there's the skincare stuff, and then there is the oils. So you could be on Carol's Daughter's website for a while trying to figure out what combination of skin is mine and what products are best for me. Love Carol's Daughter. Natural, sustainable products that are always being used in our products. But what is special this year about Carol's Daughter, and that's the website, carolsdaughter.com, is that some of the money that when you pay for your product, some of the proceeds will go to supporting doulas. If you don't know what a doula is, it's much like a midwife, but they are being placed by Carol's Daughter and Mama Glow in marginalized communities to help women go through that process of childbirth from the beginning, prenatal, all the way to the end, where you may be experiencing something like difficulty breastfeeding or with postpartum.
Wow.
Okay. So a doula and doulas teach you about natural birth. So if you're brave enough and you want to do that naturally, Keela was not. But some women
epidural, please.
But also I did not know about doulas then. I did not have any lesson and no anyone to help me know that I could do that. So I may have had a birth without, an epidural if I had a doula. And they will walk you through that entire process. And that does not mean that you still can't have an OBGYN and have and go to the hospital. That's all up to you. There are many ways to, mix in a little bit of this and a little bit of that. but you could certainly do the full pregnancy with a doula from the conception all the way up to the giving birth.
Wow.
So some of the money from Carol's daughter's products will go to support doulas and put them in marginalized communities. Okay. And finally, I want to talk about tote and carry. Purse. That's why I put on my shirt today. I need bags. Not boys. Actually, I like bags and boys. But baby, tote and carry.
I like the boys to give me some bags.
Boom.
Christmas is 15 days away.
And men, let me tell you something. A good bag, a good pair of shoes.
Okay. Fellas, now y'all don't need me to translate that, do you? Okay. You know,
good bag, good pair of shoes.
When you take care of mama,
happy wife.
She's supposed to take care of you. If she ain't taking care of you, then maybe you got the wrong one. But I digress.
That's right. Maybe those shoes.
Okay. But now, you know, this is saying, Key, there's an old school saying, never buy somebody, or is that just a man? I think
you mean for the new year?
Man. No, you never buy them a pair of shoes because they'll use those shoes to walk away
from you. Yeah. I mean,
but does that apply for women or just men?
That's for men.
Yeah, right. So a woman is not supposed to buy a man a pair of shoes because the old wives' tale is he'll, walk away from you in those pair of shoes.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. And a lot of women don't buy their men's shoes. Men tend to like to figure that, out on their own. Women are mostly ties and,
the sneaker culture is a little different now.
Well, gym shoes, are the exception.
And now the sneakers.
I'm talking about dress shoes.
Sneakers cost more than dress shoes. Have you seen some of these?
But what I'm saying is that women let men kind of pick their dress shoes.
Yeah, yes, that's a good point.
But gym shoes, women can go out and buy a pair of those. But back to tote and carry. Men, tote and carry is a great. And let me tell you how you win with tote and carry. Tote and carry is unique because they sell sets. So that's what the tote and carry is about. You get a tote bag and a carry. So
really,
So let's say you're doing a quick overnight weekend. Maybe you're going to see Bay. You're in Michigan. He's in New York, or she's in Chicago. You're in Baltimore. And you got your one bag and you've got your purse to match. Tote and carry.
I like that.
You are looking at beautiful colors. I mean, everything from bold oranges and neon pinks and reds and blues to all of your normal colors, your more subtle earth tones, your browns.
Are
gold.
These leather bags?
Yes. And prints. You can get your leopards, and I mean not just leopards in the brown and the black and the gold color range. I'm talking about red and black and all kind of looks, and they even have looks for men with tote and carry.
Okay.
Yeah. So it looks so nice when you're going through the airport and you got your bags that match. That's tote and carry, and they have them in all kind of sizes and shapes and styles. So the one I'm looking at would be, I can put my computer in it and all of my stuff, and I can carry it as a shoulder bag or a book bag, a backpack, I should say. So right?
Give us the website. Is it what tote and carry?
So TOTE, tote, the and sign.
Okay, thank you.
So it's not the word and, it's the and symbol, and then carry, tote and carry.
.com.
This
is a Black-owned company?
Yes.
Really? What do you know where?
And this is another one of Oprah's. Oprah loves tote and carry.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've loved tote and carry for years.
I never heard of tote and carry.
But they have made just like a resurgence.
Really?
Yeah.
So we ain't doing that, LV. We ain't doing that. We ain't
doing that. And listen, let me tell you what the price is for a fabulous set right now for Christmas. What do they say? $1.25? $125?
No.
$150?
Stop.
2 bags.
What? Oh man, I'm going to that website.
For $150.
When the show is over, I'm going to that website.
Yep, on sale right now. So, and they got other deals. And by the way, you don't have to do 2 bags. You can just buy one if you want. But they have a section on there called sets. So if you're interested in the sets, just when you go to the menu, go to the sets, and then you can view all that. Other than that, you can just look at individual bags, but tote and carry.
Tote and carry. All right.
Yep. Brooklyn Butter, tote and carry, and Carol's daughter.
Our Black-owned businesses for this week, part of the Christmas Blackout, Miss Keela Carson. Simply the best. Have a great weekend. I can smell somebody's dinner. I think it's almost ready. It's calling your name. Hey, Keela.
Keela.
Come and get it. Come and get us. My sister, I love you. Thank you so much. You're the best. You bring out the best in your boy. Have a great weekend. And your baby was awesome.
Yeah, I saw her.
So ladies and gentlemen, full disclosure. So my guest a couple days ago, a talented young lady named Ariel.
Yeah.
Ari Love, that had the Stone University gear in business.
Yeah. My baby.
That's right.
And she told me to leave her alone. I will talk to Geno. I went in my room and closed my door.
She is Keela Carson 2.0. She did the damn thing. Have a great weekend, my sister. Thank you.
Geno. Love you. Bye, everybody.
You too, sis. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my people right there, Miss Keela Carson. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, live, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Please, you and everybody you know, everybody you don't know, everybody that you like, that you love, that you can't stand, that you don't know, that you hate, don't matter. Tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones channel. Share this and every episode, and like every episode if you like to be a sponsor or advertise. So Tote and Carry or Brooklyn Butter, holla at your boy. I'd love to have you if you're looking for the ultimate pitchman or brand ambassador. I'm the king of pitchman. Just leave me a message right here on my YouTube channel, Geno Jones Show, at Gmail, on Instagram, Geno Jones Show, on Twitter, at Geno. Well, you'll see all that at the end of the show, all right? And I love each and every one of you. Mother, you know I love you more than life itself. By the way, shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is the CEO and owner of Designer Cuts in Goose Creek. Check him out on Instagram, KLB Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show, along with Bruce Gage. Allie Jones is on Instagram, _ that's that line at the bottom, _ Lexi, LEXXIE, space, one space over, Nicole, NICOLE Designs. And you can find Bruce Gage. It's Miglio Di Mario Uomo or Flyball the Store on Instagram. Just type in Bruce Gage. Have a great, or as Tony the Tiger would say, have a great weekend. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show will be Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, this is a great weekend to binge watch all of my back episodes with Lettucey and Shimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Colonel Loud and Cool from Cool and the Gang and Roy Chip Anthony and my man Larry D, former lead singer of the Barcades, and so many more. All that right here and more. The Geno Jones Show. One final thing before I get out of here. As always, I'd like to say, be blessed.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.